What is up, Mets fans? Welcome back to a Subway episode of the Mets'd podcast, fitting Subway Series. And guess what the Mets just did? Subway Series win. 2 games, already taking them. We got Sunday in the book.
Yeah, win another series after a very bad 3 weeks of baseball. Nice that they take 2 series from 2 winning teams, and to take this one in a way that we kind of envision the Mets team taking a lot more games than they have so far this year by just hitting the absolute shit out of the ball nonstop, taking advantage of Carlos Rodon, who had a bad game, taking advantage of the Yankees bullpen that was managed poorly by Aaron Boone, and just cruising to a win with the bats.
Shout out to us, all over our DraftKings picks. Juan Soto home run, Pete Alonso home run. If you've been following the boys, we absolutely hammered it. And truthfully, the Mets hit the baseball so well in these first 2 games. Put up 12 runs in game 2. How many did we score in game 1? What was it?
Game 1 was 7, 8?
7, 8 runs, whatever it was. The Mets bats have been woken up, which is the biggest thing because right now the pitching is not great.
And it is funny that as the bats have been woken up, it has been, again, weirdly, the lineup changing.
Yeah.
The fact that Francisco Lindor moving to 2, he's taking much better at-bats. Brandon Nimmo, no matter where he's hitting in the lineup right now, is
Just
murdering the
continues
baseball.
to hit well.
Stalling Marte hitting leadoff on Saturday against a lefty, had another great game, got on base to begin the game, got another base hit a few innings later. Like right now, the way this thing is aligned and the way these Mets hitters are hitting, it's a very difficult lineup to get out, 1 through 5, 1 through 6, and to say 1 through 7.
Yeah, I mean, adding Ronnie Mauricio to this lineup, adding Jeff McNeil, having Brett Beatty have good at-bats. Vientos hit the ball hard today, which is a productive out for
And
a guy
made one of the worst plays at
struggling.
third base I've ever seen.
We won the baseball game. We don't worry about that. Not worried about Mark Vientos' horrible, worst OAA in Major League Baseball. That's not a problem right now. He's not in trade rumors or anything like that. But, truthfully, this team is playing so much better baseball.
Great natural light in this one. We've never had
You're getting shot.
We've
with
never
light.
got a Subway episode, the golden hours. That's kind of a nice little caveat to this one.
Shout out DC for filming.
Thank you, DC. Shout out
Appreciate
DC
it.
for that one. But again, just a great win. And again, this is kind of, I said it before, I'll
They're
say
good
it again.
baseball team.
This is the way we wanted to win games. The pitching had to be good enough, and then you hit the shit out of the ball.
Yeah, because Frankie Montas
Was good enough.
Old Frankie 5 innings, old Frankie fastball. Francelis
See,
was good enough. Now, I will say Mendoza's decision to keep him in against Cody Bellinger when there was 3 straight lefties and Jason Dominguez, who can't hit right-handed, keeping him in, Bellinger got that hit, they scored those couple runs, did make me a little nervous.
totally. I think it was like a confluence of 2 things going on. One, the play that he would have been taken out on with the lefties coming up. Because again, it was Bellinger, who was 4th?
Rice,
and then Jazz. And then Dominguez.
Yes.
So it's 4 straight batters where a left-handed pitcher has an advantage over a right-handed pitcher in the Yankees lineup. But the plate appearance that happened before that was the Aaron Judge weird ground ball, when Frankie Montas did nothing wrong.
No, he
because
didn't
in
do
that
anything
6th
wrong.
inning when the Yankees did rally, make this game close for half of the second, you had the well-placed ground ball by Oswald Peraza, you had the bloop shot by Trent Grisham, then you had a bad ground ball by Aaron Judge. But Mark Vientos just didn't really know what to do with the ball
Had
when he
no
got
clue.
it. So that's what happens. But in that instance, again, this is something that we like what Mendoza did last year. He was more proactive rather than reactive. And in that situation, he was reactive because he allowed Frankie Montas to face Cody Bellinger only with 75 or so pitches, pitching well objectively, but in a situation where a left-handed pitcher had a much better shot against 3 lefties in a row, with Cody Bellinger being the first one. He got the hit, made the game close. But again, that's nitpicking. That's nitpicking. In a game that the Mets played very well
And they
objectively,
won.
the Mets won. And Carlos Mendoza, I think, made good on that decision the inning later. Because while that was a bad
Amazing.
decision that he made, an incredible decision that sparked the late inning breaking the game open was pinch hitting Ronnie Mauricio over Starling Marte.
Back-to-back hustle doubles.
We were talking about it in the Mumu suite. Shout out Mumu. We love Mumu. Starling Marte would have faced Scott Efros. Scott Efros is a low slot righty. He throws changeups and he throws a bunch of junk, a bunch of bullshit. Marte would have hit a nice, easy ground ball. Ronnie Mauricio, young, dumb, stupid, with great
left-handed,
incredible physical tools, and a lefty, laces a double up the middle, hustle. Francisco Lindor, hustle the same play after, and then you kind of open the floodgates.
Yeah, the Pete Alonso second home run was amazing. Me and you, when they brought in Javian Sandridge to face Juan Soto,
yes,
we were like, that's an interesting decision because there's not 2 outs in the inning. If he doesn't get Juan Soto out, if he even gets him out, a lefty's going to be facing Pete Alonso. Doesn't really make sense for a 4A, AAA left-handed reliever who doesn't have the greatest stuff to face Pete Alonso. We looked at each other and I said, first pitch is going to be a home run. Where's it going to be? You said over the Milagro Tequila out in right field. I said over a National. DC said left field.
Yeah. DC broke the tie.
DC broke the tie. DC broke the tie. He pulled the baseball over for a absolute bomb, second home run of the game. It was just It was really, really nice to see the Mets just completely unleash the bats in this one.
But also, that felt like a white flag moment from Aaron Boone.
Oh,
because
major.
you're in a 2-run game where your team is kind of pushing and pushing and pushing, coming back. The Mets bullpen is beleaguered on their last legs. You had Chris Davinsky pitch the last inning. Like the Mets
Got
had
Aaron Judge out.
You have nothing left in your bullpen, but still in a 2-run game, Aaron Boone seemed willing to let someone making their major league debut kind of flounder out there. Let Alonso hit the grand slam, and now the game, not just proverbially being over, actually being over.
Yeah, I mean, I've said for years and years I think Aaron Boone's a horrible manager, and I do stand by that I think he is a terrible, terrible decision maker. I think he makes all the wrong decisions at all the wrong times, and this game was another just kind of vouch for that. He kept Rodon in too long when Rodon was getting pieced up all game.
We were
Thank
sitting with
God
some
the
Yankee
Yankees
fans.
are idiots.
We were sitting with some Yankee fans that were not happy with any decisions Aaron Boone was making. I think that
No,
was
shocker.
That was telling after the losing streak the Yankees are on right now, seeing some Yankee
Such
fans
a
be
tailspin.
openly and actually frustrated by what was going on there.
Is it time for us? We're about 6 minutes in.
6 minutes in?
Time for us to bring some people
I
in.
guess.
Bring on a guest. All right, we're bringing on recurring guest of the podcast.
Recurring guest, James Shiano Sr. on
Second
the podcast.
time, James. I'm going to have you handle his microphone work.
All right, I got it. So, Dad, first of all, being in the Subway Series, being on a beautiful day at the ballpark with also my lovely mother, what was it like being in the stadium today?
The stadium was electric. I mean, we pulled up an hour and a half before the game. The parking lot was already half full. The stadium was rocking already. I mean, they were just ready for baseball. This Mets team has shown that they play for a packed stadium. The fans
Really do.
were unbelievable, and they come out and they support this team, and they've said it time and time again. Lindor's on record, Nimmo's on record saying it's so big.
Yeah.
We love the fans, and it helps, and the record shows it, right? I mean, you see how these Mets play at home.
Dad, can you tell me what you said before the game about Carlos Rodon and some of his inconsistencies as a pitcher on the Yankees?
I said I wasn't as worried as you were about Rodon because the slightest things go wrong for him, he just explodes and dejected, bad body language, kind of falling apart, and he self-destructs. And I was happy he was pitching today in a way. After the big win we had yesterday, I knew the first, and I think, the Juan Soto bunt was shocking, and I know you
So
you
bad.
must have turned over, but I said
lost
to
our
myself,
mind.
maybe he took us off the game a little bit, and they leaned back and said, maybe these guys aren't serious about this, and then bang, we know what happened next.
When when Juan Soto laid down that bunt against Carlos Rodon, James was sitting outside, ran inside, immediately looked at me. He's like, "What is going on? Why did that just happen?" It was absolutely insane to see that happen. But then Brandon Nimmo pulled in clutch. Brandon Nimmo's been so great. This team's been hitting so much better of late. What do you think the Mets need to address the most at the deadline, Mr. Shiano? Hitting or pitching?
Good question. I mean, I love Tyrone in center field. If the rest of the lineup was clicking on all cylinders, we could carry him. Right now, the catching position in center field are a little weak at the plate, so we probably need another right-handed bat, as you guys have been saying. And, of course, the bullpen, we're only halfway through the season. I mean, these arms are weary right now, so there's going to be changes. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, the Mets bullpen might be at a point where they need not even one reliever, but like two,
Four.
3, 4 relievers.
I mean, we also have to remember that we are getting some arms back that haven't thrown a pitch yet this year, right? I mean, we saw Frankie Montes today, looked great,
Pitched
looked
well
very
again.
good. We're getting we're getting Senga back hopefully in a week or so right after the All-Star game, and Minaya, right? So these guys are fresh. I mean, they haven't pitched much, so hopefully that's an advantage for us going forward in the second half. We have to use that to our advantage. If these guys could go a little deeper, pitch into the sixth at least.
Be nice.
Diaz has been used very carefully, as we
Nails.
know. I mean, Carlos has been great with him. I know in the second half he's going to get a lot of 5 and 6 out saves. I mean, I'm assuming he is anyway. So, but he's been good so far.
Mr. Shiano, I got to know. Jeff McNeil, big series so far against the Yankees. Were you a Jeff McNeil believer from the beginning, or are you apologizing to Mr. McNeil and his family?
I always believed in McNeil. I mean, McNeil, it's all about his approach, right? I mean, he changes on the fly, right?
Yes.
I'm going to hit singles, I'm going to hit homers, I'm going to, so as long as he sticks to one thing, he's very talented. I mean, we know that, right?
Of course.
The play he made at second last night in the last
incredible.
inning saved the game, right? I mean, he's a ball player. I mean, I'll stick behind him. I won't give him any flack. I mean, I think I want him in the lineup as much as possible.
You did stick behind McNeil, but there were some moments of hesitation, especially this offseason a little bit, right? Teeny bit.
No doubt. I've been watching this game a long time. But I will say the interesting thing about this game with the Yankees is their defense
No, so bad. Jason Dominguez is one of the worst
I was
left
shocked.
fielders I've ever watched defensively in my
mean,
life.
You know, it's funny. One play, interestingly, Wells on a strikeout. I'm who struck out, threw the ball to Chisholm at third. It sailed over his head. The guy next to me, who's probably close to my age, said, "I've never seen that in Major League Baseball." On a strikeout, he threw the ball over the third baseman's head. I'm like, that is so interesting. And there was some bad plays by the
I mean,
Yankees
the,
this game.
the combination of bad pitching plus, I mean, they've been hitting the ball actually kind of fine. It's
They
not
have
been
a
the
great
problem at
lineup.
all.
Yankees have a great
But
lineup.
the problem of bad pitching plus poor defense has really been the fault of the Yankees. And you can even look at when the Mets have been struggling. A lot of times you look at it's like bad defensive plays, bad pitching. You got to play clean baseball.
I mean, especially up the middle. I mean, it's very important. And then we know they have a little bit of a hole at shortstop there. I think.
Just a tiny bit.
I mean, he's not going anywhere, but
Shout out Dr. Volpe.
We're a family of short Italian men, so we do support Anthony Volpe in that context. But in terms of a Major League Baseball player, he does leave a bit to be desired. But
definitely, for sure, yes, leaves a little to be desired.
I got to say, second appearance on the podcast, a lot more comfortable, Mr.
Yeah,
Schiano.
great.
Got to
Much
get you on
more.
the subway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a better atmosphere for me, for sure.
Dad's very comfortable on the subway with that. Thank you so much.
Mr.
Appreciate
Schiano,
it.
legend.
Love you.
All right, who are we
Appreciate
bringing
it.
on next?
All right, Nicole.
We're going to take you through the latest card that I pulled in my Arena Club slab pack, AJ. And here it is. I pulled a Jared Jones card. So Jared Jones is going to be out for a minute, but I'm going to hold on to this one for the long term. He was nasty in his rookie season.
Agreed. This is a great card to pull. It's going to go up in value once he comes back because this guy dealt in his rookie season, gets punch outs, he gives you innings. Once he's back, Scott, you're in it for the long term. Don't give up on Jared Jones or this card you got from Marina Club.
Yep, there it is. That's how you pull a slab pack card. It's very cool. It's all fancy and digital. You can get it sent to you physically. And if you want to sell it right back to Arena Club, you can do that with their buyback option right away, or you can hold it. Right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase. Just go to arenaclub.com/FOUL. Use code FOUL. We've been talking about Arena Club all season long because they dominate the hobby. If you buy, sell, trade, collect, go for it.
Now we're coming on Nicole, one of our 3 female listeners in the Mets'd podcast.
It's a rare
And
sight.
Speaking of being uncomfortable,
my neighbor in East Williamsburg, Nicole.
that's right.
How'd you feel being at this game today? What was the joy with the Yankee Subway Series?
Getting to watch the Yankees fans be disappointed, but I have my hot take ready.
Oh, yeah,
Which
hit us
you
with the hot
haven't
take.
brought up,
I
which
haven't
is
brought up,
that
okay.
Everybody's been shitting on Mendoza.
Yes.
But he exchanged Beatty for Vientos at the end.
Yep.
And Beatty made that grab.
He did. That is a good
And that
point.
actually was extremely important to closing the game.
Well, that's
so
something
that's my hot take.
I like that because something I didn't do in Friday is Vientos late in the game in a much closer baseball game.
Yeah.
Vientos is still playing third base, and as much as you might believe Vientos is a hitter long term, as much
I love Vientos, just to be clear.
I mean, I can't blame
Why do you love Mark Vientos?
I shan't say in public.
This isn't public. This is the privacy of a podcast.
He's just like very beautiful, one of my original lover boys.
I mean, understandable. He's a handsome fella.
He is a handsome fellow, and I think Mark Vientos has spent a bit too much time with the Instagram thirst traps over the last couple of months.
Exactly, right? Like he may be a youth.
Back on
but
baseball.
He's very cute.
Yeah, back on baseball.
Yeah, sorry.
Defense is bad. The defense is bad. Didn't bring in Beatty on Friday. Brought him in on Saturday. Made that, like you said, amazing diving play. Are you a Brett Beatty believer?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Brett Beatty. He also like really keeps it legit with his hair. I love his little mullet.
Good
that
hair.
He's got going on. And on Women's Day, he shouted out his girlfriend for being his favorite women's player,
Good
which
boyfriend.
like we represent. Yeah.
Now I have to ask you, just have this
Also,
kind of like,
shout out Brett Beatty. Complimented my shoes at spring training. Had them the next day.
Yes.
See, he's a good guy.
Do you just like third baseman? Is that what this is?
Maybe I'm gonna have to go home and think about that.
Have you ever seen David Wright?
In person or like in the
general.
world? Yes, yeah. Do you see my pin?
Oh.
Is that
Well, I don't
right?
see the pin. It's on the other
I got
side.
my David Wright pin.
Captain America, number 5
Bootleg,
pin.
Let's go. Shout out Mets Jr.
All right,
Shout out
Nicole.
Mets Jr.
Oh, I got a question for Nicole. Thoughts on the rest of the season? The Mets had started hot, been a little bit cold. Can you play good baseball? Real quick before we hit Queensboro, how do you feel about this team the rest of the season?
I like your guys' podcast because I never doubt the Mets.
Thank you.
So the Mets are where it's at. We're going to be fucking fine.
I love to hear that. James, are we continuing to ride this through?
Let's go.
I think we should. You're in Manhattan, right? You guys are going to Manhattan.
All right, so
yeah,
yeah,
let's
continue
go.
to ride this through.
Keep riding.
Are you getting off here, or you have?
I'm Corey Square.
Yeah, Coach Square.
She
Brooklyn
got one
Garlic.
more stop. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to make sure that we weren't costing her a stop.
No, of course. Let's go Mets,
Let's go
baby.
Mets.
I was about to ask these guys to come on next. I'm sad.
Would have
they
been
lost.
electric. The Super Express. It's
They
a
want
real
to come
curse.
on? Do you want to come on?
Nicole,
Thank
thank you so
Nicole.
much for coming on.
Let's fucking
Appreciate you
go
being
Mets
one of the
always.
3 women that listen.
Thank you, Nicole. 3 women so far.
Right in the middle. When do you get off?
I get off at Times Square.
Oh, you got time. You got time.
I got
Beautiful.
times, in fact.
He's got times. He's got times. All right. First off, introduce everybody. Let us know your name.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm also in the podcasting biz, but as like a, yeah, I write podcasts, history podcasts. That's it.
Oh, James is a history man.
This isn't a networking event. I want to talk about the Mets.
I will say as quickly. I was
Jersey. What jersey we got?
I got Lindor.
Lindor. Very nice. Very
Keep it-
nice.
Keep it simple.
objectively. What do you think of the City Connect jerseys? Having one on yourself?
I love the design elements. I have mixed feelings about how it all comes together, but I do like the ideas behind it. Yeah.
Tell us about how you felt about these first 2 games of the Subway Series. Couple wins, feeling good, I'm sure. But do you think this is indicative of the team that the Mets are, or is this a good stretch?
That's a tough question. But like I
question.
really like how competitive the first one was. I watched them both with the Yankees fans. My buddy over there, college buddy. But both of them. But it was I know taste. But the thing is, I like that the first one was really competitive, and this one was just nice and confidence building in terms
With tense
of just,
moments.
Yeah, there were tense moments. I mean, it's telling that there were like moments where we're all just like, is this real? Is this like, hey, we have a 7-2 lead? This doesn't feel safe. That's weird.
I think there was some irony that the first time the Mets and Yankees played the Subway Series earlier this year, and forever when the Mets and Yankees play the Subway Series, you're just steeped in national games. Like, we don't get the blessing of Gary Keith Ron the call. And especially this year, the first 3 games played against the Yankees, all 3 were objectively boring baseball games, I think, to an average baseball fan.
I was
But
at one of them. It sucked.
But these last two games were awesome. There was action, there was offense, there was defense, there was pitching, there was decisions. Like, there was a lot going on. So I think that's kind of funny for the networks being like, fuck, we missed these national games.
Now, I will say this. The camera around 16 minutes does expire.
Okay.
So we're at 15:50. I want one hot take from you to close out the podcast here as we wrap this one up.
Oh, one hot take.
Or how you feeling? Anything.
take.
What you have the floor is yours.
Oh, brilliant. My hot take is they should get Luis Severino from Oakland.
Ooh,
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
They should get Sevy back.
I kind of like that hot take. We're gonna have to sit and ponder on that one.
Hat.
Nicole, thank you.
Nicole.
Thank you for hanging out. DC, what number do we have on the camera? Okay, hit the red button real quick.
Nothing says summer like long days, clutch plays, and firing off a few bets on the game, all with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Never bet on baseball before? It's easy. Pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride with your squad and hope for the best. No spreadsheets, just vibes and dingers. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FOUL. That's code FOUL for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you listening to the podcast,
Thank you,
hanging
guys.
out,
You guys
coming
rock.
out to the Subway, and let's go Mets.
Let's go, Mets. Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. All right, fellow history guy.
Fellow history guy, James loves that. This is an extended Subway episode because we decided to go to Manhattan tonight. Shout out to Super Express.
Instead of LIC or Brooklyn.
Super Express is back.
Yes.
Mets continue to win baseball games.
Yes, and right. It kind of has happened since then. Also since RJ left, which I think is we can't forget that detail.
I'll never besmirch the good name of RJ, but I will say 2-0 since she's off American soil. So.
Of course, but I think this was a nice reminder to like us individually and also the Mets fans in general.
Good
Everyone listening to
baseball
this,
team.
that like this team is still a good team. You play 3 weeks of bad baseball, doesn't exactly define you as an organization. We had Uncle George telling you the Mets were contenders, Yankees were contenders.
I love.
Since that happened, were the Mets outscoring the Yankees by 9 runs?
Yeah, Uncle George is by far my favorite uncle. Sorry to all my other uncles if they ever were to listen to this, but Uncle George is the king of the castle in this regards. Does he have a hot take or two about the Mets? Oh, yeah, all the time, but that's what makes him the best. He's Uncle George. Like you said, he said the Mets are pretenders when the Mets were losing, I believe, 2-0, 5-4 early on in the game. Mets came on to win, then scored 12 runs on Saturday. Uncle George, please keep it up. Keep the heat going. If you're the mush for the Mets offense, I'm so in on it.
Most runs the Mets have scored in a home game all year on Saturday, 12 runs.
And what did the Mets do, James? Some home runs.
Yeah, home runs. Home runs are great.
Home
runs
win baseball games. We had guys sitting next to us in the suites talking about, like, look at these Yankees, single. They didn't
loved
score a
it.
run that inning.
Yeah, DC's obsessed about that one. But this is how you win baseball games. This is what you do, especially when you know that the pitching right now isn't exactly the best pitching in
pitching's
baseball.
bad.
Not even close to that, yeah. So you get Frankie Montas can get you near 6 innings, should have been 2 earned runs. Mark Vientos again fucked up very badly, but you pitch well enough to win the game. Like what I see a lot of Frankie Montas. Well, we'll give you guys much deeper analysis of these games. The episode's coming out on Monday. The next one you're going to see, but we love a Subway episode, and we're happy to give you guys one.
We're about to hit a tunnel, I think, at some point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys come out for more Subway episodes. As always, let us know in the comment section if you enjoy it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. Rating, review, download, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm DraftKings Mark with the C. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Mets win the Subway Series Part 2. Let's go Mets.
Let's go, Mets. See you guys next time.